Yo, what's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I'm still James.
Uh, Today we're about to bring you a trailer reaction for a TV show on Netflix, or is this a movie?
It's a series, yeah.
Okay, it's a series on Netflix. It's called The Witcher, starring Henry Cavill. But before we do that, get the intro. All right, we have returned just to give you a epic discussion on this new TV show called The Witcher that's coming to Netflix. Now, this thing got a big fan following. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't find out about this until like the second game in the series. This Witcher series had come out. But apparently the books are like international bestsellers and everything. So they had a big fan before it became a video game, and since the video game series came out, it's just gotten even bigger.
So yeah, and for this was from what I heard. And this is the people talking. It's like, was it originally a book?
Yeah,
Okay, so these were like popular books in like Europe, right? Like Poland
yeah,
or somewhere.
yeah,
So it's all about mythology from over there, right? Like kind of like
yeah. European mythology, that sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. So like Vikings and shit, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what that partakes, but that's kind of what I got. That's what I got.
I mean, so you got your this sort of kind of creatures that you might hear about in European folktales. So you got griffins, dragons, wyverns,
So
banshees, all stuff like that.
right, so it's on the fantasy level.
Yeah,
That's it looks like fantasy, like Lord of the Rings type deal.
yes.
And would people feel like this a rip off of Lord of the Rings, or this is totally different?
I've never gotten the Lord of the Rings feel off of this simply because it's a much more down to, in a weird way, it's a much more down to earth take on that kind of fantasy, you
Yeah,
know? So like it's a lot more gritty than Lord of the Rings, so you
so
don't have the same level of like
right,
the elves aren't like all
right,
like the elves in The Witcher aren't like Legolas from Lord of the Rings. They're hardcore.
okay, but the characters are different, but the world seems the same. This is my opinion. It seems like the same kind of universe almost.
I mean, it supposedly takes place more
Well,
or
I
less in
know
a
it's not in the
fantasy
same
version of Europe,
universe.
but
Right, I know it's not the same
yeah,
universe. I'm saying it seems kind of like almost, with
it's very
because
it's kind of
everybody
similar.
doing
Yeah,
fantasy, they gotta have the dwarves and the elves and like. Why don't people come up with new names for they races of people? Everybody got the same things. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole other universe,
yeah,
but we got elves and dwarves and stuff. So everybody use the same blueprint. It seems from to do when they do their fantasy. That's just my
yeah.
opinion, and I'm not a fantasy
Granted,
guy, so don't
well,
jump on me, nerds.
well, The Witcher is like the elves and dwarves are like really auxiliary to the world of The Witcher. The Witcher deals mostly with just humans. So you
Right,
got wars between different kingdoms and
right.
stuff like that, and that's where
Okay.
a lot of the meat of it is.
All right. Before we watch the trailer, I had one last question. What is the difference between this and Worlds or Warcraft or whatever that game is, Warcraft? I mean, it seems like the same stuff.
It's not.
Please educate me because I'm serious. I really don't know. I'm not into fantasy that much. I'm a sci-fi
Uh,
guy.
I would say this is what you would term sort of dark fantasy. World of Warcraft is more of a high fantasy, beyond high fantasy kind of thing. So you
Okay.
have a lot more races and different kinds of magic involved. Whereas in The Witcher, it's very much there's the world and there's a little bit of magic that causes some problems. Like
Okay.
yeah,
All right, that's good enough. I don't want to take too long talking before we get into the trailer. So let's watch this trailer, and then I'm gonna have some thoughts on what I think about it. So without further ado, the Witcher final trailer. Did you got that queued up?
I have a trailer queued up. The main trailer is. Am I looking for the final trailer?
Yeah, I got the main trailer too. That's the one that just came out. It
All
just
right.
came out like 4 days ago. That's the one you got?
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'm starting it in 3, 2, 1, now.
I've heard tales of your kind, Witcher. You're a mutant, created by magic, roaming the continent,
We don't want your kind here.
hunting monsters for a price. I thought you'd have fangs or horns or something.
I had them filed down.
Hellboy?
Call you a monster too. Why not kill them?
Because then I am what they say I am.
All of our choices draw our destinies closer.
If he is out there, there is still hope.
I have to find Geralt of Rivia.
Don't judge me.
They say witches can't feel human emotion. What do you believe in?
Evil is evil. Lesser. Greater. Middling. It's all the same. Princess Cirilla is your destiny. I can't protect her. If you dismiss it, Geralt! You will unleash true calamity upon us all. I'll take that chance.
December 20th. That's not too far away, but that's The Witcher. That is The Witcher. All right, as a fan of the books, what do you think of that?
That's on point. He even has the voice right, man.
How you know what his voice sounds like? Oh, from the games?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Even the way he's described in the books is like really like monotone, gruff and gravelly kind of voice.
They got the perfect actor to show somebody to show no emotion. Because he finally found the perfect role. Somebody who don't know how to emote. And now they're like, okay, now your character has no emotion. Action. Oh my God, you're perfect. Because Henry Cavill he only got one note. And that's brooding.
He also has resolute,
Man, I want to see. Please don't try to make that dude cry. Please don't try to make him angry. He's got one emotion, and that's
the great thing about that is that character's whole thing is like he's always somewhere between I don't have time for this and you gonna make me do what? So it's like there's never any deviance.
Well, perfect casting choice. Because he always look like I ain't got time for this. That's his whole fucking shtick. So, let's talk about the series. Like for somebody who's not a fan of it, it looks good, especially for a Netflix series. Like the budget and the costumes and all that looks pretty good. I didn't see nobody else I recognize in there. They might be under heavy makeup or something, but I didn't see nobody else I recognize. So you said it looks on point compared to the games and all that.
Oh yeah.
You care to elaborate?
Especially considering, so they did make a Witcher show over in I think Poland
Okay.
some years
That's where the
ago.
books originated, so it's probably got the
Right.
biggest fan base
And
there.
so like the show got dragged a bit because of how like cheap it was and how they didn't really try to make anybody look like their character, you
Uh-huh.
know. And this looks a lot better, thankfully.
Well, they got a budget.
Um, they got a budget, exactly. So you know, they a lot of the stuff I'm seeing in the trailer, you know, I can see where they're taking from you know directly from the source material. So you have Geralt, Henry Cavill's character. They showed a couple of different like looks for him, like different outfits and stuff, and that looks like stuff directly from the games.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, so I've already seen one person did a side by side comparison. There's the scene where he's in the bath,
Yeah.
and there's a scene in the game that looks exactly like that.
But that might have been some what's the word? When they just trying to give you a nostalgia.
An homage, yeah.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say homage, it's kinda like it's more a little more cheaper than that because it's more like, oh, let's give them something they remember just so they can
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, here's a thing from the game. You remember this?
Right. Let's recreate this exact moment or whatever. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
I can't complain because I never played the game or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, that's cool. I didn't really see my if I had a complaint from a point of view of a person that's not into the original property, it looks like it's borrowing from a lot of different things. Now, I don't know how old this is, so other stuff might have borrowed from that. But I'm seeing a lot of stuff I've seen in other things. Like this is like Dungeons and Dragons or something. You know,
It has a similar feel sometimes, yeah.
right. So I'm like, and then the whole, I thought you had horns. It's like, I don't know. You can't really get away with saying I filed them down without thinking of Hellboy. Like,
Well, so the character and that line predates Hellboy.
okay, so it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, thanks for educating me because I could have been in here talking all shit and I didn't know that other people stole from this. So
Yeah.
that's something. And it's kind of messed up that if everybody steal from your shit and then when you finally make your movie, everybody come accusing you of stealing from them. It's like, no, they stole.
Well, I mean,
from my
like,
shit.
so the thing about that is like that's his attempt at a joke, right?
Yeah, I know.
Because like
But that's Henry Cavill attempt at a joke.
there's not a lot of difference.
That's about as good as he gonna get. That's the kind of dude, he'll tell a joke and the whole room be silent and they be like, wait, what? Was that a joke? Yes. Oh.
Hey, look, everyone's gonna be real quiet. It's like, I know it was funny, right?
Yeah. But no, I was just it was some nice little medieval stuff in there, but it's nothing I ain't seen before. And I'm not gonna judge it before I see it. You seem to be pretty excited because you are fans of it. But I was waiting to see something that is like I never seen before, and I kind of did.
If you're not already down with it, like either as a fan of the books or the games, or just as a fan of the genre, there isn't anything in this trailer to bring you into.
Right. And I'm thinking, go ahead, finish.
The magic side of things, like they showed him using one of his signs, like some minor magic that Witchers use. And it's like it's there and it's gone in a flash.
I was gonna say, compare this to what's that other Van Diesel movie, The Last Witch Hunter? How is this different from that?
I would say this is kind of what that wanted to be but couldn't be.
Okay, because it had been copied too much. So he tried to.
Yeah.
It's more like he copied off of this, but he kind of made it somewhat of his own thing, just using this as a blueprint.
Yeah.
Would you say that? Would that be fair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, we kind of got this already, but I'm willing to see this over the Last Witch Hunter because that was more cheaper. But I'm willing to see this, even though I'm not a fan of the original property. But I mean, it looks interesting enough. But like you said, I feel like you got to be into the original. You got to be into this genre to really appreciate it. Because I'm not into really fantasy like that. If I would have just saw this trailer without nobody telling me about it, I would have been like, it looks cool. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been excited or
Yeah.
nothing, you know.
Because like for me, this is kind of my thing. So like even if I hadn't been playing the games, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
just it is what it is.
right, right. But I mean, but that's what it's for the fans. So as a fan, you give it a thumbs up, right? Or do you
Oh
give
yeah,
it? Okay,
I definitely give it a thumbs up.
okay. So I think it did its job. Then you got your fans.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as new fans, like people like me or people that don't know it, I mean, it looks all right.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that's one of the good things about putting something out on Netflix. Like, someone might just be, going through Netflix looking for so much. Hey, we got this new show, The Witcher. You want to try it out?
But
Why
I'm
not?
so glad they went Netflix route and didn't bring it to the theater because that's what they usually do, and that's
Yeah.
why sometimes you gotta stop Hollywood. You gotta save Hollywood from themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to keep Hollywood in check. Because when
Well,
they
'cause,
see
like-
dollar signs, they just do what the fuck they want to do
Yeah.
and not care about nothing, not about the fans, not about the property. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
what kills a lot of these franchises
I
before
know
they can even
somebody
start.
So if you like a book series and they need to make a quick buck, they don't give you a good budget. They throw people into it just to make some money off because it already had a fan base. Somebody got to
Yeah.
keep Hollywood in check. And I feel like, okay, Hollywood held back and said, hey, give it to Netflix. Thank you, Hollywood. Thank you for sitting the hell down.
Yeah.
Sit your ass
'Cause
down
it's like it's the same thing you see every time anything gets adapted. If it's not one of the major comic book companies trying to make it,
Right.
because they got their Hollywood back, and DC got
Right.
Warner Brothers, Marvel got Disney.
It took a lot of blood and sweat to make that be a thing. To
Yeah.
get the comic book genre to be a big thing. They had to start small.
Exactly.
And, nobody believed in it, and once it was successful, here come Hollywood.
Yeah.
Here they
Yeah,
come.
and if we
Turn
look-
down that
and if
wall,
you look
turn
at
down
the-
that wall, turn down that wall, and put
Yeah.
our shit in here, and let's do this. All
Right.
well, go ahead and say what you say.
And if you look at the other side of it, we see all these YA novels that get adapted into movies.
Yeah.
And it's bad enough that
one movie because one YA novel took off. Here come Hollywood.
Exactly.
So they
Exactly.
would've kinda
And
kept
they
it
don't
small.
even try to make sure that they're making the movie the way it needs to be for the
Right,
book.
right.
Hey, this YA novel movie we're good, so make yours exactly like that
Yeah.
one. But we're not the same. I said make it exactly like
Right.
that one.
No passion.
Don't you want this money?
Right, no passion. They just looked at the numbers. This one sold this many copies, so let's just make this one. Let's just make that one. So, was Hunger Games? No, I say not Hunger Games. Twilight was probably the first YA novel
Yeah.
that went so big. They
Yeah.
might have had a couple before that, but
Because that was what started it. Like
Yeah,
you had
Twilight-
Twilight, and then they came out with Maze Runner and Divergent and all these other
yeah,
ones.
right. And Hunger Games, and it was like it was basically we need that Twilight money. That's all they was trying to say. That Twilight money was so profitable. Anytime you can get a franchise out of it, that's what they want. They ain't looking for just one shot movie, tell your story, your character died at the end. Hell no. We want 4 movies out of one property. That is what they looking for. So they want to keep on finding writers and shit. The shit's already written too, so they can even save money. That's
That and you get all these kids coming in to see movies from the books they've read, and
Right, that's what
you're
I'm saying.
thinking they'll just keep coming in to see their favorite characters on screen,
Right.
and they don't even try to make
It's a
it good.
built-in fan base, so you don't even have to do that much marketing, and
Yep.
so that's the whole point. So that's why it's just like Hollywood, please leave stuff alone and just what I'm saying, just leave shit alone. Just do those blockbusters with The Rock. What I'm saying? I'm cool with that. Leave a lot of these good books that got their little fan base. Leave that shit alone.
Hollywood, just get out the way.
Yeah. So I'm glad Hollywood didn't get a hold of this and try to make it to a blockbuster movie and whatever. It's a Netflix series, and that's the better way to go. Especially when you got a long going series, book series. Netflix is a better way to go because you can tell a more in-depth story by getting more time.
Yeah.
A 2-hour movie cannot tell 6 books. They be trying to do that. That is
Right.
so bad.
Right.
So bad.
And
when
you
they
know
do
what?
that.
And again, that's that Hollywood mentality. It's like, look, we don't know if we ain't getting
Right.
another movie out of this. Look, get everything you need in this movie because this is all we giving.
Yeah, and then when it's got a, I'll give you an example. Spider-Man 3. when you got things that fans really wanted to see, even though if it don't go with this movie, throw it in there. There's no reason for Venom to be in Spider-Man 3. But
Like even the way Sam Raimi wanted to do is like, so in Spider-Man 4, I'm gonna bring in Venom. Oh, Venom? No, do him now.
Right. We can't wait. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I said I'm gonna wrap this up. I ain't gonna go 20 minutes, but
Right.
But yeah, I'm glad that Hollywood stayed out of it, and it is a Netflix series, and it looks good. I mean, like I said, it looks well done. One problem I did have before I close up, I ain't gonna say problem, but some of the action looked at kind of to me like this sword fighting was it looked like an old school swashbuckling kind of sword fighting. And I mean, I guess I can respect that, but I'm like, okay, this is 2020. I mean, this is 2020. We can make better fight scenes than that. We don't have to do the.
Like I'm hoping to see more, for once the series drops, because, with stuff like this, it's very much about who you guys like your, action, whoever's directing the action, whoever your second unit guys are.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see if that's like the best they're giving on this one.
Right. I mean, it's just a little trailer. It's just a little clip. I just thought what I saw, I was like, oh, that's some, that's the Hercules series. What's that?
Yeah.
Remember the Hercules series that was on WB back in the day?
Yeah.
Hercules is
with Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, that was on that level. So I'm like, come on, man, you got to give me better than this stuff. Y'all got.
Well, at least there wasn't as many camera cuts.
Yeah, I guess. All right. That is The Witcher, man. It looks pretty good. We are going to check it out. James is a big fan of that. So I'm gonna check it out, and I'm gonna let him lead the way on the review because I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. But yeah, we're gonna get a review up for that. At least the first couple episodes. Let y'all know if it's worth keep watching. So we're gonna be out of here. Appreciate y'all for checking out the video and give some thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.
And don't forget to comment if there's any other fans watching this that, maybe something I didn't talk about that you wanted to hear about, or something I got wrong, but my ego won't allow that, so whatever. But yeah.
Yes. All right, y'all. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.